I love dialogue. A great movie line doesn't only advance the plot and/or colors character, it makes you think.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Oh, he can't, meaning he has no choice.
I'm learning.
So I want to go over some excellent movie lines that somehow went unfairly unrecognized across movie history.
You don't yell at a sleepwalker. He may fall and break his neck.
And that I hold in the highest regard. Some lines that I'd say even influenced my very manner of thinking.
I just don't want to get killed for lack of shooting back.
Let's give these lines the love and thinking they deserve.
Have you ever seen a human heart? It looks like a fist wrapped in blood. Go fuck!
I'll start with one of my favorite dialogue scenes of all time. From that movie so famous for its words. Ben-Hur. Well, it should be. The uncredited writers are the quill. In this scene, our protagonist, whose name I don't remember, rejects being made a Roman citizen by Pontius Pilate because Rome has done nothing but screw up his life and his loved ones. Pilate presents his own no-nonsense worldview, that greatness, i.e. Rome,
where there is greatness,
will have faults that are also great.
Error also is great.
And PP delivers this absolute banger.
The grown man knows the world he lives in, and for the present, the world is Rome.
Eyebrow raise for effect. Damn great line. An entire philosophy in one epigram. I've always found this line the greatest pragmatic advice I've ever heard in a movie. I wish I knew who exactly wrote it. If I know old Hollywood trivia, everyone here would claim he did. Growing up is accepting that the nature of things is out of your control, and you can only act inside the world you do have.
Perfect freedom has no existence.
It's easy to misread it as give up, conform.
Change plutôt tes désirs que l'ordre du monde.
Many may find it demoralizing, but I think it's liberating. It gives ambition not a limit, but a name. You can't tear down Rome in one sweep and build utopia, but you can understand Rome's laws and rules and act inside them. The greatest men are not the ones who revolutionize existence, but those who learn how to play the games that do exist.
The grown man knows the world he lives in, and for the present, the world is Rome.
There's even the prepositional phrase for the present, consenting that Rome won't be around forever. What a deep one-scene character.
But when I go up those stairs, I become the hand of Caesar.
Of course, Judah ignores the advice and he's rewarded for it with the happiest of endings. But that's his story. One shouldn't live counting on literal miracles. Pilate is the one who's right most of the time, and knowing it is what separates an adult from an angsty teen. Time for the most underrated dialogue writer of all time. Sergio Leone.
Now that you've called me by name.
His films are so famous for their scenes of silence and tension, people always ignore his knack for crackerjack wisecrack.
Idiots. It's for you.
And Once Upon a Time in the West has one of my favorite dialogue exchanges of all time. It's when Harmonica delivers his friend Cheyenne for his $5,000 bounty. It's more complicated than that, but let's keep going. Here's the exchange.
The reward for this man is $5,000, that's right?
Judas was content with $4,970 less.
There were no dollars in them days.
But sons of bitches, yeah.
I love this dialogue, the punchline especially, because of how it is, shall we say, iconoclastic. Nothing is too sacred for Cheyenne. No subject is untouchable. He views history and the Bible in human terms. How can anyone describe Judas in more appropriate words than son of a bitch? You can speak about any time period and event with your very own words and get it perfectly right. After all, there have always been sons of bitches. So let's call a spade a son of a bitch. I find this line of thinking inspiring, motivating. That's how I try to view all things, cinema included, in the most direct and to the point manner possible. And I believe the problem with bad period films is not treating their characters as humans. Cardboard cutouts instead of good old everyday sons of bitches. And every single story that's worth telling, like someone betraying his friend for money, will always be an adaptation of stories from antiquity. And the question is, am I reading too much into it? No, I don't read too much into anything that doesn't have too much to be read into. I should trim that sentence later. Once upon a time, everyone loved renowned playwright David Mamet, and he wrote this fun survival action thriller starring Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin called The Edge. And this film has the single most motivational line in the history of cinema. Tony is trying to convince Alec that they can kill the rampaging bear that's stalking them. He mentions stories of men from different cultures who fought nature and triumphed.
Maasai boys in Africa, 11 years old. They kill lions with spears. Did you know that Indian boys used to run up to the bear and slap him? Count coup on him as a test of manhood?
And the key line to his line of thinking is,
What one man can do, another can do.
What one man can do, another can do.
Say it again.
What one man can do, another can do.
Say it again.
What one man can do, another can do.
where is the viral TikTok short with loud music for this scene? It's the first time I want one.
Say it again.
What one man can do, another can do.
The achievements of the past are often seen as some type of untouchable ideal, as if they were made by gods and nature and not by humans.
Say it, I'm gonna kill the bear. I'm gonna kill the bear. Say it. Say I'm gonna kill the bear. Say it.
But today we have the same means our predecessors had and countless more. We can do everything they did, and things they could never dream of.
I'm gonna kill the bear.
Say it again.
I'm gonna kill the bear.
And again.
I'm gonna kill the bear.
Be it in art, knowledge, or feats, everything that was ever accomplished can be accomplished again.
You're goddamn right. Today, I'm gonna kill the motherfucker.
It seems I somehow tie this to the Judas line. I view both as treating the past as our equal. I didn't expect this video to turn into a personal perspective, motivational manifesto or something, but hey, movies can influence your whole outlook of life.
What one man can do, another can do.
And speaking of the edge, I also adore this line.
Never feel sorry for a man who owns a plane.
Just to conclude before things start feeling emotional, a great line from one of the 90s great masterpieces, which also happens to have extraordinary dialogue.
Ugh, as if.
I'll fight you on this.
Anything happens to my daughter, I got a 45 and a shovel. I doubt anybody would miss you.
As per video theme, I'm not here for any of the iconic lines.
And so, if the government could just get to the kitchen, rearrange some things, we could certainly party with the Haitians.
But for this one, when Dion's boyfriend tells Cher that the boy she's crushing on is not playing on her team, when he delivers this gold mine.
A what?
He's a disco dancing, Oscar Wilde reading, Streisand ticket holding friend of Dorothy, know what I'm saying?
He's a disco dancing, Oscar Wilde reading, Streisand ticket holding friend of Dorothy. The most hyperbolic euphemism ever written. This is art. Murray is a poet. Only the English language could weave such a tapestry of attributes. We are witnessing the beauty of hyphenated compound modifiers.
A what?
He's a disco dancing, Oscar Wilde reading, Streisand ticket holding friend of Dorothy, know what I'm saying?
How English allows you to string word on word in succession to build a perfectly understandable and climactic chain of adjectives. It's beautiful.
Disco dancing, Oscar Wilde reading, Streisand ticket holding friend of Dorothy, know what I'm saying?
I wonder how this structure so inherently English got dubbed across the earth. So, for your cultural enrichment, here are all the dubbed versions of Clueless I could find online.
Quoi? Bah oui, c'est le genre disco, quoi, branché Oscar Wilde. C'est la copie de Priscilla et de Boy George réunis, vous voyez ce que je veux dire?
¿Una qué? Baila disco, lee libros de Oscar Wilde, escucha Streisand, ve a Dorothy, ¿ya me entendieron?
Ein was? Er ist ein Disco-tanzender, Oscar Wilde-lesender, Barbara Streisand-verehrender Handtaschenträger. Versteht ihr, was ich meine?
O quê? É isso mesmo, afeminado, leitor de Oscar Wilde, fã da Barbara Streisand, marica.
Não, understand?
好みはディスコダンスにオスカー・ワイルド。自分にうっとりのナルシスト、わかるだろ?
You're welcome, and thank you for watching. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna kill the bear.